Nearly 50 dogs traveled to Brooklyn Park this weekend after being saved from a hoarding situation in Texas. Reporter Meredith Hackler was there and shows us how the Midwest animal rescue community came together to help give these animals a new leash on life.
Saturday was a busy day at Midwest Animal Rescue in Brooklyn Park. Nearly 50 dogs are transported from Texas, where many of them were living in filthy conditions for years.
They got a foster?
The Humane Society of the United States says this was one of the worst hoarding cases they'd ever seen. And now Mars is stepping up to help give the dogs a new life.
They were very shy, but within this past month, the volunteers and staff of the different organizations have been working with them, and they're coming around.
And while many of the dogs are becoming more social, the rescue had to take extra precautions to keep the dogs safe when they arrived in Brooklyn Park.
We have extra precautions this time just because we know that they're from a hoarding case. We know that they're scared, so we need to give them a little extra TLC.
The volunteers were given special instructions to make sure the dogs felt comfortable. Those volunteers say it's their honor to help animals in need.
You get to see how the dogs come in, they're very scared or shy and, aren't sure of the new environment, and you see them on their adoption day or during their meet and greets, and they're completely different dogs. And being here in the transport process means I get to get the dogs up on the website so they get those happily ever afters.
And if not for the volunteers, Mars wouldn't be able to help as many animals as they do.
If we didn't have them, if we didn't have our volunteers helping us do the manual labor to help these dogs, and if we didn't have the foster homes to help them, we would have nothing, so we couldn't help these dogs. So literally the volunteers and our foster homes are the foundation for our community.
In Brooklyn Park, Meredith Hackler, CCX News.
All of the dogs and puppies are available for adoption now, and if you're interested in adopting one of the animals, we'll have more information on our website, ccxmedia.org. Osseo says it wants its residents to be healthy now and 20 years from now, too. The city's comprehensive plan points to making the city walkable, ensuring access to healthy food and a variety of housing types. The good news is the city's already largely there, with a grocery and new apartments right near City Hall. The city planner says the plan is to make sure those things stick around.
That means that I didn't gain an age, right?
Well, we certainly don't want to lose anything that we have in town here. It's important that as we plan for future changes, that we are able to preserve the important things that make Osseo the community that it is.
App says future goals include more housing and better connections to public transit. In downtown Osseo, there's a shop that's about as old school as it gets, yet inside there's delicate skill and craftsmanship. Today in Business Matters, Corey Bork pays a visit to the kind of place we don't see as much of these days.
Well, look who's here.
You're still here.
I'm still here, and you're still remembered.
I did.
Inside Michael's Boots and Shoe Repair, Luann Miller has a purse she wants adjusted.
Yeah, this is real easy.
Michael Zastani has just the answer.
Better?
Yeah,
No, try the other way.
At 71 years old, Zastani knows a thing or two about fixing things. About the only thing he hasn't fixed is the name on his store.
Back in 1962, they made an error on the spelling, and they forgot the E, so we left it that way.
He can thank a sign company for that one. But unlike the sign, he fixes more than just shoes.
I got jackets and chaps and Harley Davidson vests and just all kinds of stuff that I do here.
And it's not easy work.
So the first thing you do is you rip off the heel.
He shows us what it takes to make a pair of Tony Lama boots new again.
Gotta watch your fingers. You never go towards them, but I do anyway.
Zastani says he treats every pair of boots like they are his own.
And you cut the old sole off.
It's a testament to the work ethic he learned from his Austrian parents.
You have to rough up the sole.
And having a dad who taught him almost everything there is to know about fixing shoes.
I took it on and I showed him different ways of making it easier.
While his work ethic hasn't changed, the shoe repair industry has.
Oh, there was one in every corner.
That was when he started in the 1960s. Now he estimates there's about 10 to 12 places like his left in the Twin Cities.
Young people don't take care of their shoes.
Attitudes have changed too.
You know, if they made shoes like they did back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it wouldn't be real easy. people would be happier too with their stuff.
It's also not easy to find help.
There are drawbacks to being your own boss. You can't fire yourself.
His only employee? Himself. It's why he usually doesn't have time to clown around, with one exception.
A lady came in with a clown, and the shoes were about 1.5 inches big. She wanted me to put a Birkenstock sole on those shoes.
It's dedication like that his customers can appreciate.
You don't find guys like him
Like Michael.
anywhere.
For Business Matters,
Somebody should take it over that's as talented as him.
Corey Bork, CCX News.
Since Michael began his shoe repair business in 1962, he counts more than 19,000 customers. On a good day, he gets about 12 to 15 repair orders, and depending on the fix, the turnaround time is typically about a week. The Cavanaugh Apartments in Crystal has a rare gem of a resident. Dolores Block turned 103 years old in May, and she still lives on her own. She was one of the first residents of the Cavanaugh Senior Apartments, which opened up about 4 years ago. Dolores attends events like these where residents come together. We are told she is quiet, but she's spunky.
She used to own a roller rink and a restaurant where she cooked everything, and a little dairy store. And she lives here in her apartment, and she takes care of herself because this is not assisted living. This is 55 plus.
In case you're wondering, yes, Dolores is the oldest resident living at Cavanaugh.
Well, the name has changed. The basic format of the high school all-star baseball series is a tradition going back to the 1970s. The 45th annual Play Ball Minnesota series was held Friday and Saturday. Metro West meeting North in a first-day game. Some great defense. Metro West second baseman Matthew Ank climbs the ladder to rob Dawson Stevens of a hit in the early going. In the top of the third, North breaks through as tournament MVP Logan Jasper of Duluth-Denfeld singles to center field. Gavin Rasmussen of Cloquet dives in to score the first run of the game. Same inning, and Cole Fuker of Sauk Rapids Rice drops a hit into right field to bring Drew Grindal of Duluth East in. That run makes it 3-0 in favor of the North team. In the fourth, Metro West looks to get on the board with Noah Denny of Minneapolis Academy up. Pitches low. Ben Goals of Maple Lake heads home, and Metro West is within 3-1. Later in the inning, Chandler Glazer of Glencoe Silver Lake hammers it to left center. The inning scores easily, and Metro West is within a run at 3-2. But a key defensive play gets North out of a jam. Watch left fielder Rasmussen lay out to make a diving catch and take a hit away from Taylor Broderson of Heritage Christian. Top of the sixth inning, North adds insurance runs. Luke Johnson of Painesville delivers a clutch 2-run hit to plate Jack Parala of Virginia and Brett Fetting of Ada Borup. North wins it 6-2 over Metro West. North went on to win the tournament, beating Metro East in the championship game. It was a hot one Saturday at Chaska Athletic Park with 5 games played on the final day of the Play Ball series. One of them pitted Metro West versus Metro North. Top of the first inning, and Joey Danielson of Eden Prairie chops one to third. Metro North gets the out at first base, but Brock Brumley of Minnehaha scores on the play. Metro West leads 1-0 in the first. Third inning, Danielson at the plate again and tags one deep to left field. Watch the catch by Tommy Blackstone of Monticello as he runs it down for the out. The game stays 1-0. Nice defense by the Metro West here. They turn the 4-6-3 double play to erase a Metro North rally and keep the game 1-0 in the middle innings. Top of the seventh, Metro West Patrick Barrett of Holy Family hits one off the glove of the third baseman. Brumley scores again, and it's 2-0. And that's the way it stays. Wyatt Nelson of Hopkins makes a catch in center field to end the game in the bottom of the seventh. Metro West wins 2-0. After the game, we talked to a couple of local players about the All-Star Game experience.
It's just fun to be, just this whole atmosphere. It's just good to be around. Lots of good baseball. You know, guys have been great. It's been fun. Really good team atmosphere. A lot of people know each other just from club ball and just playing year-round. And yeah, it's just good to be around everyone who loves the game.
It's so much fun getting to see the guys I used to play with in the fall. And it's just fun being able to do this last high school event with a bunch of great baseball players.
Bryce Lovecheck of Maranatha Christian Academy won the home run derby for the tournament. That's all for sports. Shannon, back to you.
All right, thanks, John. It may be summer, but a group of students in the Robbinsdale School District have spent the past couple of weeks immersed in science, technology, engineering, and math. More than 250 students in grades K through 5 just completed the district's STEM-tastic camp. The 2-week camp is designed to teach kids about the different careers and experiments associated with STEM fields. During the final day of camp, the school hosted a science fair where students could show off their hard work to their parents and the community.
During these past 2 weeks, they've really started to gain that excitement back for school and learning and the curiosity. So I think it's going to lead them to a place where they feel like they can be a STEM career, because I think a lot of times they're thinking rocket science and all these different really hard careers, but they've been able to see many different types of careers over the past 2 weeks.
This 4th grade class also got to showcase robots as well.